Hello everybody, my name is Steven and you're watching the Fowler Airgun channel. Hey everybody, so welcome to the shop. And here's what we got going on today. So we are going to be starting squirrel season, rabbit season, small game hunting season up here in North Carolina in just a matter of days. I'm very excited. I can't wait to get out to the Pisgah Forest, guys. I've been long awaiting it. But anyhow, so this here is my Kral NP03. This is what I really do love to take with me, guys, out there into the field. For me personally, and this is the 25 caliber version. For me personally, just being a carbine and such a small backpacking rifle, it just really works well for me. And I apologize, not a backpacking rifle, but good to sling over your shoulder and carry through the woods. You have less issues snagging up on any brush and things like that. So I really enjoy having it. It's just my personal preference. And it shoots excellent for me out at 65 yards. I like to keep it in the 50 and below when I'm out hunting. But it works really well. So anyways, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this thing here. So we're going to be shooting the Kral NP03 in 25 caliber today. And I've whipped us up some ballistics gel again, and I've done it just as I've heard from all the different recipes out there. Everybody says, you know, 1 ounce for 1 cup of water. So this is what we got going on here today. Also, I've added, so we got 2 separate containers here. All in total length, we're going to be shooting at a foot of gel by 4 inches in width and about 3.5 inches in height. So it's going to be a little bit smaller. You know, we're going to be shooting right through here. Well, actually, technically, we'll be shooting right into here. So we'll have us about a 4 inch by 3 inch space to be able to make any air in. So we're going to try our best not to. And it's going to be a little bit difficult because what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different types of pellets here, guys. I'm going to use one as a sighter, and we're going to be shooting out at, I believe it's my 28 yard, 25 yard target, whichever one it is. And we'll be taking 1 shot on the board and then 1 shot into the gel just to make sure we got, you know, any kind of drop or anything from that distance that we can compensate for. We know exactly where we're having to hold over at. So, or hold under, excuse me. So, we're going to start with H&N Hornets, which is what I prefer to use out in the field. Then we're going to use Predator Polymags, which these were going to be what I was going to try out this year, but I just still feel like I was having better accuracy with my rifle with the H&N Hornets. Then we're going to move over and we're going to shoot some Crow Magnum. And then we got a little wild card here. This is a company called Lead Fist, and these are the Rigormortis Ball-istic tip. And these are basically, they're just 34 grain slug with a little steel bearing in the end of it. And then we're going to shoot us some JSB King Heavy Diablos 33.95 grain pellets. And what's different about today doing this ballistics test is that not just are we going to be shooting through the ballistic gel, but we're going to flip this thing. It's going to be sitting sideways like this here, okay? And if you notice, I have actually settled on the bottom of this thing quite a good bit of chicken bone, okay? Now, what I decided to do was use completely uncooked chicken bone. So I deboned the chicken, and just after the gel sat for a couple hours in the fridge, I actually pressed it down into the gel into the bottom before it got real solid and let it sit so that it was able to kind of float off the bottom just a hair bit. So what I'm hoping is that we'll get our penetration in here, we'll get our 5 shots in, okay, and that hopefully we'll get some kind of realistic ballistic coefficients here, and we'll see pellets going in, slugs going in, hopefully penetrating bone and then into the next ballistic gel. And then hopefully we'll kind of see what, if we're getting any kind of pass through, you know, what kind of penetration we're getting, what kind of expansion, those types of things. We are going to be shooting over the chronograph so that we can have ourselves some numbers so that we can see what kind of foot-pound energy we're producing down there. Again, we're only going to be using the Kral NP03, and it's not going to be shooting high feet per second, okay? We're going to be shooting probably more into the upper 700s, mid 700 range with some of these things. Actually, with the 33.95, we may only be shooting into the mid to upper 600s. So, with that being said, let's get this stuff all set up and ready and get down to the range, and let's go shoot us some ballistics gel. All right, everybody. So we are down range, and we have our don't know if y'all can see that real well or not, but this is our ballistics gel for testing here. We have our bone in the back of the first block, which we have probably about 2.5 to 3 inches there of penetration before we hit bone. And then we have our ballistics gel ran solid all the way through the back. So just plain ballistics gel. We're gonna take us one sighter, so one shot to sight in, and then the next shot we'll move and attempt to make it onto the ballistics gel. Now here, like I said, this is a rather small area here that we're gonna have, and if you actually look at it, it's smaller in the back, so really I want to be right here in the center as best as possible. Now I'm not gonna guarantee, guys, that all these are gonna make it in this video. I'm just hoping that they sure do. So let's go ahead and hit record on the camera here so that we can slow the stuff down and look at our results in slow motion. Of course, everybody loves slow-mo, right? Anyway, so let's get down range and let's start shooting. All right, well, all right, everybody, here we are. So we're loaded up. We have 5 total different types of ammunition we're going to try here, slugs and pellets. And what we're doing is shots of 2, one for a sighter, just to kind of see where our hold over and hold under is going to be at here at 28 yards. And then the next one, we're going to try to plant it right into that ballistics gel. I'm not guaranteeing any results here. This video may be a flop, but you know, this is real life, and this is all part of the fun and all part of the trial and error. So we're starting out with H&N Hornets, and then we're going to move on to Predator Polymags, and then Crow Magnum, and then JSB 3395 King Heavy, and then we're going to shoot the Ballistic tip Rigormortis Lead Fist slugs. We have our chronograph up. I'll have to call out numbers for you, as I'm sure you won't be able to see them from there. And hopefully you all will be able to get the action on the camera downrange as far as, you know, accuracy and what we're getting down there with impact. This is the Kral NP03 in 25 caliber. Alright, so we are loaded for our first shot. This is H&N Hornets. First one is a sighter. So let's do this one. Alright, so we have, alright, here we go. This is going to be our first attempt at shooting the H&N Hornet into the ballistic gel at 745 feet per second on that first shot. We're at a full fill 200 bar. Make sure I say it correct this time. Alright, so we're going to try to keep this from left to the right here. Alright, so it looks like we had impact there, 747. Alright, on to the Predator Polymags. Let's sight this in, see where our point of impact is at here. Alright. Next one's Predator Polymag, and that's moving at 706 feet per second, and this is going to be hopefully right next to in the gel here. So we have a hit on the gel at 705 feet per second. Next one is going to be our Crow Magnum. We're going to sight this one in here. So that one dropped where it was. We're going to say 699 feet per second. And I just skimmed that shot, unfortunately, and that was a Crow Magnum, so that just kind of hit the ballistic jaw on the back right side. That's unfortunate, but it happens. Alright, so now we're going to be shooting the JSB King Heavy 3395. See where we're at with this. Okay, so we're close to dead on there. Alright, here we go. That was a stud there at 624 feet per second. Alright, and these are our kind of our wild card here. These are the Rigormortis Ball-istic tips. Well, I can only hope this is correct. That one kind of lost sight of that one. I'm moving at 613 feet per second. Try this here. Alright, so we made contact, but unfortunately kind of off and to the right there. Moving at 617 feet per second. That is the end of our testing for this magazine here. And cock pistol, put it, or rifle, put it on safety, and let's see what we got here. We started at 200 bar, and we are right now sitting at right about, I'd say that's probably about 1700 psi, so not quite 150 bar, a little closer, so still get good shot count. Let's get down there and check this out. Here's our results here. So not super happy with how everything kind of just moved around on the board. So we were sighting in. We have our H&N Hornet here, a little holdover here, and we're aiming here, Predator Polymag, and here Crow Magnum, here with our JSB King Heavy, and here with our I believe there with the ballistic tip Rigormortis Lead Fist slug. So anyways, here's the results we got. So this here is H&N Hornet, that there is Predator Polymag, this over here is going to be actually the Lead Fist off to the right. So we got 3 on to the first, and then the H&N Hornet, I mean the Crow Magnum just skirted by here and just destroyed it. So let's just see here what we got. So you can clearly tell that there's already bone fragment, and like I said, I left it uncooked, that's why it's still bloody like that. So not a kid-friendly video according to YouTube, so be advised. So we got us a couple the legs and the leg collarbone in here, so, or thigh bone. So see what we got here. We got penetration, you see nothing too fancy there. Let's flip this on over here and take a look at the back. So looks like we had this may be, let's see if we can see anything from the top here. This gel's a little thick, so our first shot with H&N Hornet actually went straight through here and busted out through the bone right there. So you see that there, that's from the hit in the H&N Hornet, and it went into the other ballistic gel block, and it cruised, left a nice little blood trail, and popped right out the side over here. And I'm assuming that indentation right there is actually where our Hornet hit, so it probably flew out and started tumbling, and it looks like it may have plopped down right there. So also we have a shot that went through here somewhere. See if we can figure this out. So right around here we had the Predator Polymag, which you can see actually went in here. And let's see if we can see this. So it's going to be hard for anybody to really see this here. And let me see what we got. Okay, so if you look, it entered here. It traveled all the way through. I know it's going to be real difficult to see, but it traveled all the way through and skimmed out of the back right here. Okay, and I'm assuming that's going to be from the Predator Polymag there, taking a hit on that board after it traveled through that. Now, I can show you from right here that, number one, I know that our Crow Magnum skimmed the block on the outside. What I am seeing here is, so we had a hit right over here, off to the side, right around here. Let's see if we can figure this out here. So that's H&N Hornet, that's the Predator Poly. Okay, so we had the hit right up here with the JSB King Heavy. It traveled through. It doesn't look like it made it through any bone. I'm assuming it busted out right around here somewhere. or actually that could be it, or that could be actually that's probably the Crow Magnum there. So our JSB King Heavy went out, looked like it penetrated here, and it just traveled through, and actually you can see where it has just stopped right here, and you can actually see that. Well, it'd be difficult to see on my camera, guys, but there's a cross-section trail that goes right through here. So it hit and it started traveling this way here, and it did not quite make it out of the back there. So right in there, let's see if we can get this out. Oh, there it is. I'm pretty certain this is our King Heavy. Yep, there we are. So I just got it dirty and I'm throwing it around in the ground here. Look at that. There's this may actually be our Predator Polymag here, guys. Come on now, where did you go? That's another old shot Predator Polymag. That's clearly not from this test. Oh, there it is. Alright, so this is our JSB King Heavy. So it didn't deform much at all, but it did penetrate quite a bit. And if we move around here to the other side, which we'll have to compare with both videos, this is just the Devastator here. You can see the Crow Magnum. The Crow Magnum just went in right here and just completely blew out of the side here. You can see where it just missed. It got some bone right here, tore through, and it just skirted across the outside and just whew. That right there is going to be our Crow Magnum, I am fairly certain, after it ripped through this ballistic gel here. Made impact right there. And for our Rigormortis Ball-istic tip slug, there's actually right here, this is that's definitely going to be our Rigormortis slug. However, I'd really like to know where it's at. I'd like to find it, so I may have to dig around here a bit. So it looks like it actually did the same thing here. I know it made the shot right there's the entrance hole, so it made this shot here. I seen it ripple right off the side, and it just traveled right inside there. It started going in, making a turn into the gel there, and it just came out right here. So definitely good penetration on that. Now I'm gonna have to sit here and dig around in these leaves and try to find these slugs so that I can actually, you know, get the slugs so you guys can see what kind of damage, what kind of expansion they took after they exited the ballistics gel, things of the sort. I really hope you enjoyed this video. My hands are nice and dirty and sticky now from messing with ballistics gel, and if anybody has ever made it, you know that this stuff it's kind of sticky, so it can be a mess. I need to wash my hands before I go touching all my equipment. But I'm gonna dig around in these leaves first and see if I can't find the actual ballistic rounds that we shot through the ballistic gel for you guys. So bear with me on that. I hope I can find that for you. If not, please don't be disappointed. I hope you guys enjoy my video. I'm gonna try to edit this where we can get you know, the impacts and stuff on camera, split side, like split screen in the camera for you guys so you can see what's happening. So let me go get this stuff cleaned up here. Hopefully find some of these slugs, retrieve some of these slugs that are floating around, and yeah, I hope you guys like my video. Do something a little bit different, get out there and mess around. No surprise here at all with the H&N Hornet, and I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that that's the Hornet, which, you know, of course I gotta brag on them, because in my videos you guys have seen, you know, accuracy out at 76 yards even with these things, as well as, you know, now you're seeing the ballistic coefficients here, you know, when it actually hits something. So you can see that just devastated that chicken bone there, and that was actually the very end of the leg bone there, so the knuckle, right towards the knuckle, so it blew right through that and left a nice blood trail for us so that we can see really well. And it came right out to the side, so it still had plenty of power on it as it was moving through the gel. Guys, anyways, I'm gonna quit yakking. I'm gonna get here and do what I said I was gonna do and get back inside and get cleaned up. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure if you like my videos to please make sure you hit like below, and make sure you subscribe to follow me for more. We're going to do more testing like this. be looking for the videos where we're going to be going out and pillaging all through the Pisgah Forest, because it is going to be some amazing views, guys. It's going to be a fun time. So thanks for watching, guys, as always, and see you next time.